Okay, ladies and gents, we are back after ages of absence. And we are hoping that this time around things will be better. Online service is currently unavailable. This is PES, eFootball PES 2021. Let me get that right. So, yeah, this is our main menu. So, before I begin, I'm going to have to go to the edit here and just fix a few things, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back from editing. Excuse me about that. Is a little bit of rustiness on my throat, but yeah, we'll continue from where we left off. Let me see. Oh, I was just changing home grounds for the team. So if you know me, you know that I'm not using the actual home grounds because they do not match the stadiums that are already in the game. If there's anyone who is a stadium creator who can create stadiums within South Africa, then that'll be a welcome thing. Shoot me an email or DM me on Twitter. Pam, it's Pam Pro Evo Mzansi. So yeah, we will. I'll then install those. Then we'll use them in the game. But let's not waste any more time. Let's go into Master League. This season I'll be doing the Kaiser Chiefs rebuild. I think they are overdue now. They're due a rebuild. So I'll be doing a rebuild for Amakhosi. So let's go into the Master League and start creating away. So after creating, then I'll be back. So I'll do that off screen so we don't waste too much time. Okay, Pem Zero is back and he's being welcomed there by the management. Yeah, okay, it's fine. There's Bernard Parker there alongside who I think is Kama Billiard. So for those who didn't know, I can't make player faces. That'll be our Kune for this season. Very ugly Kune, but he will do. So I can't make player faces. So what I do is I pick already existing player faces within the game and then just base copy them and then use those faces as the player faces. So over time you get used to recognizing them as those players. So yeah, there it is. So don't come into the comment section and say, that is not Itumeleng Kune, it doesn't look like Itumeleng Kune. There are people who make player faces, but the installation process is something that I don't want to bother doing. So yeah, we are discussing the season objectives now. As sports director, I think we should be aiming to win the league this year. What's your opinion? Obviously not. So what we do is we should aim to make it into the AFC Champions League. The reason for that is that we will be rebuilding this season. So part of our rebuilding process includes playing with youngsters and buying a few more key players in certain positions and strengthening the squad. So yeah, so it's my first season anyway. I wouldn't want to aim to win the league on my first season. I guess a steady plan may work better. All right, you have my backing. So we have the board's backing. Yeah, I'm explaining a lot. So this season you'll be seeing a few things that you are not used to, especially like some graphics that you are not used to in the game. So those will be graphics that I will be putting in my edits. They are not within the game. It's not a mod. Some of these graphics won't be mods. So let's speak to the media net now. Your league title chances. We need to respect other teams basically because we are not winning the league. Naturally, we will try our best to bring home the title this season. But as you know, Coming out on top in a league like this is no mean feat. We are under no illusion about our chances. Yes. So, what style of football do you want to play this season? Thank you for adding the football thing and removing the soccer. So I use some mods for other things, as you can see, some menus and stuff like that. I'm also using Cider. So unfortunately, Cider doesn't cooperate very well in other situations that I will allude to when I get to them. I want to see clean sportsman-like football. Yeah, winning is always the objective, but I like to play football that fans can be proud of. We should avoid dirty plays and time wasting and play the game the right way. That's what I want. Exactly what I feel about football these days. As soon as some teams score a goal, and then it all goes downhill from there. Welcome to Master League, blah 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 blah. This is not important. The game has been out for way too long for me to be reading this now. Training regiments, scouting activities, managing the budget, your managerial career. I set the budget to fairly high, not high but fairly high, so that I can be able to purchase a few players. But in this transfer window, there's a possibility that we won't be buying players. Instead, we'll be releasing a few players to make space for the youngsters, but also bearing in mind the team role as well, so we don't lose too many games. Negotiation day. Let's see who is negotiating with whom. Okay, got messages here. Negotiations with Castro, so he might be the first casualty. So scouting, we want to disable this for now. Disable that. Just players to watch, blah blah blah. So the stats are fairly high in this game when I created players. So what I did was I made sure that any player that is 30 or older is at least 80 rated. The reason for that is I know their regions will come through after they retire, so I don't want their regions to be limited to a lower rating of 60 or 75 or whatever rating that is. And also making everyone who's below 30, between 20 and 30, I made them at least 70 rated, 75 rated, yeah, between 70 and 80 rated, between 70 and 79 rated. So none of them will be 80 rated. So for that is so that the game is playable, and also as they grow, at least they will reach a potential of around 90 ratings. Makes things interesting in terms of the development. In terms of the development of the players. So please don't come into the comments and tell me no, Castro cannot be 81 rated. I know, but the game is more playable when the players are higher rated, or else my videos would be boring, very boring, because other team won't play, and it'd just be a mess. So I hope you understand that. And I would also not enjoy a game where all the players are too slow to react to the ball and all that stuff. So Arsenal are looking to buy Leonardo Castro for 27 million. I'll accept that. So what I'll do is I will also place Kambole on the transfer list. We'll leave Kama Billiard here because his team role is good, so we want him to retire here. Keegan Dolly will refuse all. Dumisani Zuma will refuse all. Sohota will refuse all. Okay, Samir Nurkovic plays on the transfer. Okay, Lebaha Manyama plays on transfer. Savelo Khadebe will refuse all. Ngobo will refuse all. Bernard Parker plays on the transfer. Bacchus will refuse all. Cole Alexander plays on transfer. Nange plays on transfer. Akumu plays on transfer. Bahlele we can place on transfer. Refuse all for Frosler. Njabulo Blom. Refuse all for Blom. So I said Blom as a center back, as a right back for this season, because that's mostly where he plays, even though he plays as a central midfielder, defensive midfielder at times. But I said him as a right back. I know he's naturally a center back. So don't come into the comments and tell me, no, that is not his position. I know. Hlanti will place Hlanti on transfer. Happy Mashiane. We will refuse all. Mabiliso, refuse all. Diantia plays on transfer. Matoho plays on transfer. Cardoso plays on transfer. I know teams will be coming for Eric Matoho and Daniel Cardoso because they are 80 rated. But remember, in PES, as soon as a player reaches 30, they start dropping. So the reason also for making these players that are 30 and older to be 80 rated was bearing in mind that fact that they will start dropping, and when they start dropping, you won't enjoy your game. That's for sure. Jabulo Ngobo, we will refuse all for now. Ngezana, we will refuse all. Dube, we will refuse all. Kune, well, I'm willing to let Kune go, but it has to be for a reasonable offer. So for Kune, I wanna let him go, play overseas if he can. Daniel Akpey will place on transfer because we have two goalkeepers that are a little bit younger than them. Refuse all for Vuma. Refuse all for Pearson, but Molefe, what we do with Molefe, I place him on a loan list. He's younger and seems he's going to be very good. So, like, let me give you an example with my ratings. You see, Bontle Molefe is 69 rated. The reason he's 69 rated, it is because of his age. He is only 19. So players that are 19 will be mostly 69 or 68 rated. Players that, and I did this for all the teams, not just for Chiefs. So I did for all the teams except for Sundowns. So at Sundowns, what I did was everyone at Sundowns is 80 rated unless they are over 20, they are less than 20, they are younger than 25. So most of the players are 80 rated, 85 rated, they're higher rated, so that Sundowns can perform better than all the other teams in the league, like it does in real life. That is my hope anyway, because sometimes simulations, how the game simulates is not really in the right, like doesn't take into consideration a lot of things when it simulates games. Just does that to make things more challenging or interesting. So for Sundowns, it will perform better because it is the only team that is I think 4.5 stars, and then the rest of the teams are 3.5 or 3 stars, if I'm not mistaken. So Sundowns will be the most hardest team to deal with. So I'm hoping that will reflect in the game, because sometimes what the game does is when the team is high rated, it makes things difficult for them, so they don't really win as many matches as you'd expect. But I'm hoping that things are different in eFootball PES 2021. I've never simulated in it, but I've used 2020, so I'm taking the lessons from there. So now let's go into the training. Let's make sure that everyone is training properly. Let me see, target man Castro, Nurkovic goal poacher, Gambole Damirana, okay, prolific winger, offensive fullback for Dolly, yeah, that makes no sense. Prolific winger. I think that was my fault there when I was creating him. So it will make him a little bit less effective. And that is bad. Anyway, we'll continue. The destroyer Manyama. He cannot be a destroyer. He cannot be creative playmaker. Okay. Sabelo Khadebe. Okay, this one's a fine. Parker. Classic number 10 is okay. Orchestrator. For Parker is called Alexander box to box. Patuchezo Nange is actually supposed to be a box to box as well. So we'll train as a box to box. Teddy Akumu the destroyer, that makes sense. Mpatlele defensive fullback. Mpatlele is mostly an offensive fullback, so just make him an offensive fullback for now. Refrosla obviously, Sifiso Hlanti obviously, prolific winger for Happy Mashian. That is quite interesting because Happy Mashian mostly plays as a left winger. Chiefs lately hasn't been playing as a left back. So what I did was I tried to make it to go both ways. Okay, I made him so that he can play as a winger, as a left midfielder, and as a left back. But I'm training him. I'm playing him with the role of a playing style of a prolific winger because that's mostly where I'm going to be deploying him. But I didn't want to limit him in terms of defensive play. Mabiliso offensive fullback, obviously Siposa Kentianti offensive fullback, Eric Matoho the destroyer, Daniel Cardoso the orchestrator. I made Cardoso the orchestrator because of his passing, his long range passing. They are mostly accurate. So yeah, Ngobo will be the destroyer. Ngezana the destroyer, Tabani Dube the destroyer, Dumenenkune defensive goalkeeper. Nope, that makes no sense. That was my mistake. Akpei, okay, offensive goalkeeper. So yeah, you'll see some of the player faces as I've alluded to you. See, this is Castro. I found a face, I just used that. Nurkovic as well. This is the face I was using in PES2020 as well. I found it in PES2021, so I used it. Kambole, different face. Billiard, an ugly face, but okay. Sehota, there it is. They don't look like them, but they are okay. Dumisani Zuma as well. Keleto Sifama, well, I created that myself. Dolly, well, doesn't look like him, but is close. Manyama, I created that, created this, and then created that. Never mind the skin tone, guys. You know what? With PES, you don't have so many options when it comes to skin tone or skin textures. Bernard Parker as well. You'll recognize some of these players because some of them are European, playing in Europe, but some of them are currently free agents in PES. So I use those. Cool Alexandra, you can see is pale, but it's okay. Nange, can tell this is the guy. Oh, this was Parker in the 2020, but matches Nange better. And Patlele, well, I found this face as well. Refrosla, the same face I was using in 2020, I managed to find it. And Jabulo Blom, this one I was using for Mashian in the previous pairs. So Mashian has a new one. I don't even know the names of these players anymore, but I have a list of them on my book. Mabiliso has a face as well. Diantia has a face as well. Matoho, the one that I was using in 2020. Cardoso, one I was using in 2020 as well. Injabulo Blom, Ngobo, I beg your pardon, there's a new face. So all these faces in Gezana as well. It's very dark, isn't it? Almost invisible. Okay. Today I created that. Kuna found a new face, different from the one I was using in 2020. Akpe created that. Boomer found a new face. Peterson found a face. Molefe, I had to create that. ugly as hell, but it's okay. So we are, um, yeah, we will continue. So the first game will be against the Royal AM, our bogey team for this season. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna simulate a few games or play other games so that we move this series a little bit faster, because it is, I mean, we are only going to start performing better maybe on the third season, but we will see. So let's go into the game plan and fix that. So we'll play one game in this episode, sorry about that, but in the next episode perhaps we will play a few more games, see if we cannot play 4, 5, 6 games in an episode, so that it moves quicker. So here is our game plan. We just have to swap things around here. Play with 2 attacking midfielders. Play with 2 attacking midfielders. So play a diamond shape like this. Diamond shape that is facing down. Play more attacking this season. So here we will remove Patrice Zonange, put in Sabero Khadebe. So we have there. So we have Keleto Sefama in here. So I'll just move it higher up. So we have too many right wingers, not enough left wingers. We only have 1 left winger. There's Dolly. Okay, now alright, now as you can see, the team spirit is at 69. So let's try and find a captain here and see if any one of these players can change the team spirit. None of them. So it's okay. Brandon Peterson is fine in goal. Njabulo Blom, right back. Riff Rosler, left back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play mostly Njabulo Blom on the actually as a defensive midfielder. So perhaps you should swap roles. Actually no, it's fine. We'll play like this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna swap things around when they during the games. Austin Dube will play alongside Ngeza. Let's have Ngeza Nake alongside Ngobo. I can't find Ngezana anywhere. There he is. So we'll rest Dube. So we are now at 68. So it drops with Ngezana in the team spirit drops, but it's fine. So attacking instruction, counter attack, short passes, wide, flexible, defensive, center, conservative, and then here's my compactness. So fluid formation is off for now because it tires out players. So let's go into the opening game against a Royal of AM. Does AM stand for Andile Mpisani? Maybe it does. Your first season and first match as manager are just around the corner. How do you feel right now? We are ready for them. Obviously, play it safe. I certainly want to walk away from the game with a win. We know we have the ability to beat Royal AM, and we are ready to take them on. We do have the ability, but will we? So another thing that's back this season is the Sepedi commentary. So I hope you have been waiting for that as well. All right. Let's go into the match against Royal of AM and see how that goes. Yes, the coach is geeing up the players. Tough side, but that's no reason to fear them. The supporters will be giving it their all out there today, so let's do the same. So yeah, another elephant in the room that I did not address in the beginning is the kids. Not all the kids are done. I'm still a long ways out, but I thought some kids, they take a while to create. Some of them take me like 4 to 6 hours to create, so they're a little bit more complicated than usual, but you will see them being updated as time goes. By the end of the season, perhaps we'll be done with the kids. So please don't come into the comments and say that is ugly. Just know that I'm working on those. I did say I have like 23 or 27 more to go of these kits. So yeah, for Chiefs, it's only the home kit, because the away kit took me like a day to create. So it's only the home kit and the goalkeeper kit that are ready. So some teams will be like Sundowns will be using the previous season's kits for now until the kits are ready, but soon they'll be ready. And that color is wrong there for the Chiefs kit, but it doesn't matter for now, because that one can be changed at any time. So yeah, we'll go into the game against Royal of AM. Hello and welcome to the Amakhosi Stadium. It's match day 1 in the PSL, up against the Royal of AM. I keep saying Royal of AM. Do beg your pardon there. It's the lads coming out there. The fans have come in numbers for our first home game. I wonder if we will do well this time around, but we will see what goes down. And here they are greeting their fans, waving and clapping. Starting lineup for Kaiser Chiefs is Nurkovic up top. In the middle we have Kieran Bakas running things there. Jabulo Ngobo will pair with Ngezana at the back. Hope they form a solid partnership. Pelembe will be pairing with Menzi Masuku up front for Royal AM. The threat of speed up front. So you'll notice that the teams are opting to play with the highest rated players they have. So kick off Samir Nurkovic. Now Kieran Bakas will find Keegan Dolly into the path of Ngobo. Now Frosla is away. You'll have to turn there. Dolly Tried to pull a pass, but didn't come through. Bakas will do well to win it, but he'll give it away in a form of a throw-in. Forced to play long balls, Royal AM. Na Mankanyi. Mwati. Tikazi. Shezi, beg your pardon. Tikazi now. Now, Masuku. Now we'll play it forward. Now, there's a chance there. Back off the net. Robert Smith will find the back of the net for Royal AM. It's 1-0. It's 1-0 now at the Amakhosi Stadium. First home game for Kaizer Chiefs this season. Look like they'll be losing it against their bogey team, Royal AM. A great passage of play there. For the most part, they've been restricted to playing long balls. And it's only then when they break that they found space to maneuver. It's 1-0 here. Kaizer Chiefs are trailing at home. Kigendoli into Nurkovic. Now Nurkovic is away. I was looking for Billiard there, but his pass was read very well by the defense. It's a throw in for Chiefs in this near side. Blom into Billiard. Now Ngobo will find Hadebe. Two youngsters combining now. Nurkovic looking for Dolly, but couldn't find him. Hadebe with a long ranger. Was saved. That's a great save. I didn't waste any time there, Hadebe. Just short it same time. Well saved by the keeper there. Now Billiard on the corner on this near side. Look for the header of Nurkovic. Finds Dolly into the man. Into the feet of Masuku. Now, I have to admit that I played a little bit of eFootball 2022, and that caused some rustiness because the controllers have changed in that game. Much as it is enjoyable, the defense is slipping. It will be Pelembe to punish. It will be Dominguez Pelembe to punish Chiefs for the second goal of the game for Royal AM. Still talking about the eFootball 2022 game that I played. I found it to be quite enjoyable. So because of the controls are different, it's a little bit harder for me to play freely with in this game. But I'll get used to it. And you need to bear in mind that I'm commentating and playing at the same time. That's something that looks easy, unless you are a pianist and you sing as well. This type of things are very hard to do. Arabore kopana mo Carlo Nyabubedi ya papari Mogeri Arbone Lengwati. Arbanengeza na komara hobwa kayona. Arbane Nurkovic kaifitisha ubona Dolly. Arbane Dolly chila noshi. Utaifa Sifama otenechia na Billiard. Lishaletanta apecha kufika lesongana lela Sifama. Apecha otena fela khomagati fela ai tudagancha letanta era Sifama ba Bushaiti ba Amakhosi a be le motsamayo mo botse a mmona a bona Dolly yana Nurkovic a re o ibya tseleng ya ga Dolly a ibya tseleng ya ga Sefama a ba re unselfishness ba bolela ka tsona tša ga Dolly a mo fampiwa fela feta ka monna Masuku bona Smith a re bone Smith a re ba mo tšela yona go apala fao a re bone Smith a re ratologa ka monna Smith wa itša o e fa yena Mashiking a re bone Given tse dirang ka kgwele Given wa lwa Given wa e fa Masuku a re bone Masuku bona Pelembe a thiba Brandon Peterson wa e tlarela a wa gana Frosla a re bone Dolly o re ke bona Sefama wa mo hwetša a re bone Sefama tla bušetša morago go Blom a re ba lepatlelo ke Kieran Parkers tla dirang ka kgwele Kieran a re bone Kieran ka kgwele a re bone Kieran wa itša o e fa Sefama o bona Blom ba ra se a lalela ka kgetho le wa itša wa ikuka Sefama o bona Nurkovic a lahlela ka letanteng ena Nurkovic Sefama o tseletše biliate a tsena le go dira mehlolo mo papading e o tseletše biliate ka karolo ya bobedi ya papadi a tsena le go dira mehlolo mo papading e yena Sefama a re bone e be le kgwele botse o humana Nurkovic a ra di bapala morago tše pedi yena Nurkovic di mo farafarile mara a kgona go ithula ka tlhogo a e kobola a re ke nna Vincent kobola monna a re bone le ngwati wa tšea wa ikuka gana kwa morago Ngezana fela e boa ka Mashikinya Smith moniši wa nno ya pele ya Royal AM Smith gana Bakas fela ba re monna Bakas wa gata monna malokwana re advantage a re bone o tla dirang ragela kgakala kua ragela kgakala monna a be le motsamayo mo botse ka Royal AM fela mona modi a ragela kgakala a re bone diphetogo Dolly o tla tšwa go tsena yena kgaogelo Sekgotha a re bone gare ba lepatlelo Nurkovic ba magata malokwane a re le tla mmolaya ngwana mongwe ka dirang ka kgwele ke yena Dominguez a re bone Manganye Lesego ba gana Bakas tša Bakas wa e fetišetša pele o bona Nurkovic a e tshwara Nyame gana Nyame ya tlarela Bakas wa e fenya gape gare ba lepatlelo a re bone Nurkovic wa e fetiša Nurkovic o bona Sefama e gopala tša ragela kgakala Sefama tše pedi tša Amakhosi tše pedi tša Royal AM wa ka yona ke Manganye Royal AM a re bone Frosla o tla e fenya a re ke a retologa ba mtšela yona a re bone kotsi wa ithiba Brandon Peterson gana Brandon Peterson a re bone Blom o tla dirang ka kgwele Blom wa kitima Blom a re ke a e fetiša ke bona Sefama fela ba ithiba e tšwela ka ntle a re bone Nascimento o tla tsenela Manganye ya wa gana Ngezana fela malokwana re monna Ngezana wena o mogatile mona no mogolo a lotho ngwana o o baditše Mashikinya wena Ngezana Haris Chilombo ba ikuka Chilombo tla tšwela ka ntle malokwana re go lokile go lekane mo papading bapetšimane ka le namba Amakhosi le namba Royal AM. Well, that's the end of that game. Position stats seem to suggest that Royal AM were controlling the game, They had more shots as well, but equal on target. Fouls, Chiefs committed four fouls, 3 offsides. And Chiefs got 2 corners. AM got none. Free kicks, they got 4. Chiefs got 1. And in terms of pass rate, Royal AM are higher, very high actually. Crosses, Chiefs only made 1 cross the whole game. Interceptions 14, so it means Royal AM were troublesome. Tackles 4 each, saves 2 each. John Maduga is the manager, and Keresu Sifama will be the man of the match for this game. Now into other results. Royal AM, okay, Chiefs 2, we saw that. Marumo Gallants beat Stellenbosch 2-0. Amazulu drew with Orlando Pirates 2-0. Swallows won against Galaxy 4-2. Baroka lost to Chipa United by 1-0. Maritzburg United lost to Mamelodi Sundowns by 2-0. Swikune United won against Supersport by 4-2. Cape Town City lost to Golden Arrows by 2-0. Now, as it stands, we are position 7, together with Amazulu Pirates and Royal AM with 1 point each. So yeah, into the next game. The next game will be against Stellis, and I look at my clock here. I've been recording for more than an hour now, 1 hour and 2 minutes. So yep, to make the editing process a little bit easier, this is where I'll stop. The opening match draw against was great, so we are good to go. According to the board there, everything is okay. So let's look into the messages now. Tumelen Kunis role change. Is now a great fighter. Negotiations with Mpahlele, Kambole and Cole Alexander. So let's go into negotiations and see. They're offering Supersport United wants Kambole. We'll let him go. Accept terms. Cole Alexander, whatever that team is, we'll accept. It's not our rival club anyway. Ramatlwe Mpahlele to Fulham. Fulham want Mpahlele for $18 million. So let's just renegotiate this, make it 20. Let's see if they'll pay 20. And then yeah, we'll see from there. Oh, another thing that I forgot to do, that I usually do in all my Master League budget settings. So we'll receive everything as a salary budget, and then pay everything, pay contract options with transfer budget, because we have a higher transfer budget than the thing. So it's a match against Stellenbosch. What are we gonna do? We're just gonna skip it just to see how the negotiations went. So we lost 3-1. Not surprising there. Not surprising at all. Now going towards the last day of the transfer window. We're trying to offload the squad. There are young stars that we can sign in the youth team, so we are not worried. Mpahlele to Fulham have agreed to increase the transfer. Patucheto Nange, negotiations with Manyama, monthly report. Let's check the monthly training report. It's not there. Wow, we don't even have the monthly training report. Interesting. Okay. Negotiations. Leboha Manyama will go. We'll go to Burnley. Let him go to Burnley, play overseas. Leipzig, they want Nange for 16 million. Raise that to 23, man. His market value is 23, so raise that to 23 million. See. Mpahlele 20 million they've agreed, so we accept terms from Mpahlele. He'll go join Fulham. Yeah, and that'll be it for this first episode. Yeah, that will be it for this episode. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.